Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here with our second round of auditions to find Auntie's co-host for reviews, chat, and nightcaps on all things 90 Day Fiance. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much. Again, this is round two of our auditions for to find the perfect co-host to help me round up the conversation about 90 Day Fiance. And last week, when we did the auditions, we had two A's, okay? We had the double A batteries, all right? And this week, we have two B's. Let's see what we're going to have next week. So I am going to be bringing those women to the platform. If you have any critiques, please make sure that your critiques are positive. I mean, that they're constructive. Because even if you have something that you don't like about them, that's fair. It's fine to say it. Or if you don't like the format, we're going to be changing the format and all of that kind of stuff. For all of you all who are members, you know how this goes. But for all of you all who don't know how this goes, we're going to be changing the format and changing things around. And so we are just asking that you all go along with us for this journey. So the first person that I am going to be bringing onto the air is going to take a few seconds or a few minutes and introduce herself. Okay. Her name is Breezy Bri. Please welcome Breezy Bri to the platform.
Hello. I'm
Breezy
so much.
Bri.
Can you see me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Your screen. There you are. Coming in slow. There you go. Well, hello, Breezy
Here I
Bri.
go. Hello. How you doing,
How are
Auntie?
you, sweetie?
I am
I am doing
awesome.
one. Okay, so
Can't
you
he-
want to give a little short, I'm
give
sorry.
you some background. I'm here in the 757. Love, love, love you. Give me so much good, positive energy, and I just love your platform. So I'm here to chime in because I too am a 90 Day Fiance fan. Love after lockup, the whole nine. I love it. It's my guilty pleasure. So I'm here to give my 2 cents.
Okay, well, can you hear me clearly?
I sure can.
Okay, because it sounds like it's some feedback. So if you got anything on over there, it's going to give us that feedback. Okay.
All right, got you.
So are you ready for this?
I am.
Okay, so let's bring on our next auditioner, and that would be Lady B. So you all please welcome Lady B to the platform.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody
Hey.
doing?
Hey,
Hey,
Lady B,
Auntie.
you wanna
Um,
take some time to introduce yourself?
I sure do. Let me just start off by saying I am honored that I was chosen. I cannot even tell you what a fan I am, and I cannot wait to start this party. Let me tell you. I'm Lady B. I have 3 grandchildren, live in Florida, and living the life. I'm just enjoying you.
All right now. All right. So you all, we are going to be going through the I'm going to change the dynamics, okay? So there we go. So I need to take that background off. Hold on for 1 second. Let's see if I can take that background off of there so that you all can be seen. Let's see. There we go. All right, ladies. So
I can't
we're
see
going
it.
to be recapping. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, you said something.
I couldn't see anything.
Can you see now?
I can.
Okay, so we're going to be changing it back and forth because we want to give them an opportunity to tell us which one they like better, okay? So we're going to be recapping 90 Day Fiance season 7, episode 9. I didn't have a choice, okay? So I am going to open up and I'm going to start the dialogue and then you ladies chime in. Let's remember to not talk over top of each other. Or maybe give a signal or something, and or I could call you out or whatever. Okay, I just want to be natural, relax. We are here to have a great time. So yesterday we opened up 90 Day Fiance with these crazy couples. All right. The first couple that we want to talk about is Tanya and Syngin. As we all know, Tanya is in Costa Rica, okay, living her best life, smoking her best herb, drinking her best drink, and
Mm.
dancing and falling in love with the salsa dance. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, Syngin is sitting his ass at home, okay, having his best life with the pink wall, can't drink the Jack Daniels, and then got to go to somebody's house and change the mofo diapers of a baby and feed the baby. Now, when
Mm.
Syngin calls her on the telephone, she acts a complete total butthole and acts as if she doesn't have time, okay, for Syngin. You know, she's not going to make any promises. She's out there with the big TVs, okay? And they doing what they're doing. Okay.
Mm.
So you all tell me how about that.
You want to go ahead first, Bees?
I mean, I felt like she was just completely ignorant and rude and insensitive to his feelings. I mean, because number one, to me, he's fine, just completely fine. You know, she was going crazy, couldn't half breathe when he stepped up in the airport. Oh my God, I'm dying. Then the man's here, and I'm like, you burn out no sooner than he gets here. That was just ignorant. And then her mother, the way she's handling him. Nonetheless, this man comes to the United States for your daughter, for her, you know, and it's like the mom's just treating him nasty. Tanya's treating him nasty. She can't half talk to him. He's calling. She's ignoring. She's acknowledging that, yeah, I'm ignoring your calls. I mean, I'm unbothered. I could talk to you. I could have had a V8. You know, I'm cool either way. You know what I mean? So I just feel like that was just completely ignorant. And so he's still trying to be there, like, well, can we compromise? Can we figure this out? Let me know some. And she's like, you know, but I know at the same time, you know, he's right and he has a valid point. Well, then you need to fall in line because somebody else is going to come through and, you know what I mean, scoop him up. I don't know. I just think she was ignorant completely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Auntie, let me start off by saying, can I say the letter B for biatch? That's what she
Okay.
she
Okay.
is a total biatch, is what I think. Let me tell you. And he's stupid. I feel like shaking his butt. I mean, what is wrong with him? Where's his self-esteem? He's there with a robe, walking around drinking. Oh my God, Auntie, I'm telling you, he needs to get a life, and she needs to be a nicer woman because I don't know how she has him. Well, you know what? Maybe I do. Maybe we need women to be like that, so we could be a little, so the men could be a little masochist and love us even more. Because we all know and see how that's working out for her, right?
Hmm. Hmm. I think
And
there's
that's the
only
truth.
so
You know, there was. Go ahead, sweetie.
I'm sorry. I think there's only so much he can take. I think he's in the early phases now. Like, you know, I'm really loving you. I'm really digging you. But I mean, like long term to put up with something like that, I couldn't see like future wise him being with someone like that or him wanting to put up with something like that when he has options, you know? So, I don't know. And it just seems like mom is nasty. Maybe it kind of trickled down to her. I don't know what the problem is, but there's definitely an
Absolutely.
issue. And if she wants to keep a man, that's not it.
Okay. Now, someone said in the comments yesterday, it's some feedback coming from you, Breezy. It's some
Is it? I
feedback. I
don't
don't
have
know what it
anything.
is.
I don't have anything
Okay.
on.
Um, okay. So let me. So someone said in the comment yesterday that they treat their man poorly, and the more and the poor, if they treat them bad, then they are in love with them. Do you all agree with that theory?
Tell hell to
Hmm.
the yes.
If
Hell
you
to the
treat them,
yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
okay. So why do you
Sorry.
believe that?
No, well,
Sorry,
you
but
know
that's
what? I
just
have to. I will respectfully. I agree to disagree. I feel like I have to mix it up a little bit and keep it a little bit zesty. I've been with my husband for a while. You know what I mean? So every now and then, giving too much and just being yes, 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 that doesn't fit the bill. Every now and then, you have to, fire off on him every now and then. But I mean, just to be just completely nasty, you attract more
no.
bees with honey than you do with vinegar. So I mean, I just think it's the even give and take. I treat my baby good, he treats me good. It just is what it is, and it works for us. Um, that's the way I see it. I don't necessarily feel like you treat a man nasty, he stays. You treat a man nasty, that's when you got a problem, and you peeking through cell phones and everything else because he's going to find somebody else that's going to do what you're not going to do. That's just
Okay.
me.
So what do you think about
That's
that,
my
Miss B?
opinion.
I'm sorry.
What do you think about that, Miss B?
Well, Miss B doesn't have a man, so maybe that explains. But needless to say, I was on the other spectrum most of my life. I'm 53 years old. And I can honestly say I went the other direction and it didn't really work for me, where I was like, oh my God, I was, just weighing on them hand and foot. That didn't. So I guess it's an equal balance. Like Miss B has it, Miss B's has it. I guess you got to be a little bit of both, angel and a little devil. I like more the
Hmm.
Yeah, you
little
gotta be a little
devil
bit.
though. I like the little devil though.
You gotta be a little spicy now, because they try to. They try you now. My
They
husband
sure
is a
do.
habitual. He's a line stepper. He's a line stepper. I gotta pull him back.
Oh
Gotta
oh.
line him up.
Oh Lord.
Uh-uh.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So the next couple that we're going to bring to the screen and we're going to discuss, I am going to allow one of you all to do it. So I'm going to pick Miss Breezy to do it first. The two of Miss B and I are going to step back, and I am going to allow you to introduce your couple, talk about what you saw on the show yesterday, and then we're going to come in and we're going to chime in. And then the next couple that we talk about, I'm going to bring Miss B in and let her introduce that couple. And then the two of us, Miss Breezy, we're going to come in. So right now, I'm going to back Miss Breeze, Miss B off the screen, and I am going to back myself off of the screen, and you are on your own. Good.
Oh God. The couple I'm gonna introduce is that doggone Robert and Annie. Robert and Annie, I tell you, it's I go back and forth with these two. I do really, really appreciate the relationship that Annie has formed with Bryson. Bryson seems to be coming a long, long way because he was cutting up on the couch, carrying on. First of all, you don't stand on furniture. He needed to get that all together. The falling out in the airport, I was all the way live done. But coming back to the current episode, last night's episode, I really, really liked his sister. I really liked the way his sister embraced Annie, and Annie seemed to respond well to her. What I do not appreciate and what I do feel is 100% honest is that Robert deceived her. He told her, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because number one, he wasn't denying anything when she was running it down. He was going to buy me clothes. He was doing this. He was doing that before I was coming. And now I get here, and where's that? He he didn't fulfill anything. And so, I do believe she has her motives. I feel like she wants to, get her citizenship. But I feel like they're both deceiving each other a little bit. But I'm really not with him in the way that he laid things out. And his sister just blasted him out. Like, do you know he's poor? Like, she should have known he was poor when she walked into the 1 bedroom apartment, with and they're sharing the bed with the baby. Unacceptable. So that's my take on that.
I know.
Do you hear me? Do you want to give your feedback on Robert and Annie? That's who I introduced.
No, I'm doing another couple. Is it
Okay,
my
well,
turn?
what's your opinion of Robert and Annie?
No, 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 no. No.
Or she's
So you're gonna come. So Breezy B, you're gonna comment on the same couple, and then after I come in and comment on the same couple, then we're going to allow you to do another couple.
okay.
You got it, B.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
We need you to comment with her. You two are going to
Okay.
share the screen, and you're going to talk about Robert and Annie together. And
Oh,
then
okay,
I'm
okay.
going to come in and wrap it up, and then you're going to have the screen by yourself to introduce another couple.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna back out. Go ahead, Robert.
Okay. Robert and Annie, what can I tell you? I think if I can say the word cojones, that's what he's missing. I mean, I'm sorry, it is what it is. And she is another big biatch. I
Mm,
cannot stand that lady. I mean, she gives us Latin people a really bad vibe, is my honest opinion. She really does. And the relationship that, in my opinion, he has with his son is unhealthy.
mm.
I think his son is pretty big already to be sleeping in the same bed. In the same
That's
bed.
unacceptable. Not to cut you.
Yeah.
That's so unacceptable.
And especially when you bring a woman in, a woman that he really, if you get down to it, he doesn't really
Complete
know her.
stranger.
He
Right.
she could be a molester for all he knows. No,
Hmm.
I'm serious. And here
Oh, I'm
she,
with you.
the three of them are lying down in one bed. What the hell is
Exactly.
that? What the hell
Mm-mm.
is
Some
that?
foolery
No,
and shenanigans. That's
it
exactly
sure,
what it is.
it sure damn is. It sure
But
damn
what
is.
about, but let me ask you this. What about the fact that when she was talking to the sister and she said, before I got here, he said he was going to buy me this, he was going to buy me that.
I'm so glad you said that. When she said to him, when she said, "Oh, did you know he was poor?" My mouth dropped. I was
Right.
like, "Girl, you should have known his ass was poor. Ooh, you should have known his A was poor."
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
think. But
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty messed up. And at the end, what can I tell you, Auntie? What do you think?
You know what I think? I said it yesterday, but I think that that the relationship that they have, they believe is a genuine relationship. As we all know, they're already married, okay? And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that she believed that they had a good relationship. I just don't know how much of it is scripted and how much of it isn't, because I don't believe that he's poor. I don't believe that he's living in a one-bedroom apartment. All of those things that I just don't believe. I believe that
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is TLC driven. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that the producers are pushing this narrative that he is a broke man, and he
Yeah.
very well may not be making six figures or seven figures or whatever, but
Hmm.
to be poor to the every time we see her, she has something new on. And the
Yes.
sister asked her, "Who's keeping up your nails? Who's keeping up your hair? Who's doing
Mm-hmm.
all these things?" And I
Mm.
do my hair myself. Bitch, no, you don't. You are not Dominican blow drying that out all. There's no
All
way.
the
And she's a kept woman right now. I don't believe. And then you have to make a certain amount of salary to even finance to be able to do the
and
K
bring
one
them
visa
here.
to bring
Yeah.
her over here.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you
So I
have to
just think,
sustain them for what, 10 years? Is it 10 years that
yeah.
you have to be able to take care of them? Yeah.
And I
10
very seriously,
years.
if
Yeah.
he's doing that off of an Uber salary, okay? It
Mm.
ain't no
Right.
Uber salary, and it ain't that many damn drives in 24 hours that he's doing. So I think that
Yeah.
a lot of it is driven by TLC.
Mm.
We here for the shenanigans. But ladies, I thought that was great. So what we're gonna do now, Breezy Bree, you and I gonna back out, girl. we're going to get the floor to Miss B. Okay, you
All
All
ready?
right
right.
now. I'm ready. Bye, Miss B. Hi, everybody. Well, the couple that I am choosing, drum roll, please, is Angela and Michael. Oh my God. I have so much fun with this couple between the egg and I just have so much fun with Angela and Michael. I at the beginning I thought, oh, he's doing it for, because he wants the citizenship or whatever. But after coming along and watching this couple throughout the season, I am beginning to really see in Michael that he really does love Angela. He really, I think authentically, he does love Angela. And Angela is going to get down to the nitty gritty because she's just not buying it. She wants to get married in the good USA and she's not taking no for an answer. So we'll see what's going to happen. Auntie?
Oh,
Oh, it's me.
this is the portion where you know what? Again, I struggle with this. I really don't believe that Michael is here for Angela. I think Angela is aloof and living in a fairy tale. That man is just way too young for her. You
Yeah.
know, I think he's willing to do any and everything to get
I,
here to the United States. And she's just that doggone desperate that she is willing to do any and everything to bring him here to the United States. You heard her say, like,
but
I don't need nobody to protect me. I
I
don't
know,
care if
but
they
what
doing this. Go ahead.
I know, Breeze, but you know what? What about those tears though? Were they really crocodile tears? What do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this. If I know, like, say somebody comes to me and says, listen, I got these millions over here, and I just need you when I say scene to drop some tears. I'm doing it. I'm here for the cameras. I'm doing what I need to do to make it happen
Really?
because I want that money. So his goal is to get here to the United States. Just my opinion. It's just
Okay.
what I see. You know, Angela being who she is, she's so
Oh Jesus.
nasty. And
She
then
oh
when
my
you look at
God.
the dynamic, not to say, you know, to me, he's not the best looking man, but when in comparison to Angela, I'm just going to say it. He could do so much better. So I
Yeah.
honestly feel that it's all to get his citizenship.
And when she starts pulling stuff out of her blouse, oh my
See,
God. I'm like
what about
she's
the
gonna
passport? When she pulled the passport out and handed it to him, I almost died. I was
I
like, wait a
I,
minute.
I was waiting for a refrigerator at this point, refrigerator, so
Ugh.
she could crack open a beer. I don't know, like what's going on with her.
I don't believe. I have to disagree with Breezy. I do not believe that Michael could have done any better. And let me tell you why I don't think that he could have done any better. First of all, Michael was in sliding up in people's. He's a Nigerian man sliding up into people's DM
Yeah,
and sliding up into people's Facebook's messengers, bitch. So, and I'm not calling you a bitch. I just say that at the
I know,
end.
I know, I know.
But for me, I have Nigerian men who have hit me up in Facebook, and I don't give them the time of the damn day. And so for Michael to want to come to America, first of all, he got to go from the ground floor. If he could do better, he would have done better. He would
Yeah.
not have picked Angela. But Angela
But
was
see,
the
hold
bitch that already was on more. And wait a minute, let me finish. Angela
uh-huh.
was already that was on Maury's show. Her daughter was on Maury's show. Angela
Mm-hmm.
had been seeking fame. So Angela started off this relationship, and I think is continuing to stay in this relationship for the paper and and for fame. I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe that first of all, Michael would have had to agree with Angela to even do this. A regular old Joe Blow woman would not even have gone through this process. I believe that Michael, just like Angela, they are in a contractual agreement to stay the hell on this show season after
Mm-hmm.
season to get the paper, and that he does want to come to America, and that she is a means to a means.
Yes.
But he wants to meet Donald Trump.
I agree
Uh,
with that.
let me
I agree with
let me
that.
not touch let me not even touch that subject. I'm just saying that's what he said.
I agree with that, Auntie. I really do. And I agree with, I feel like once he gets his citizenship and he gets his tail over here, that's when the true colors are going to kick in. That's when I feel like he's going to be like, the heck with Angela, on
Yeah.
to bigger and better things. But I do agree that she's just the vessel. I do feel that way. And I feel like she has her own motives, but he does as well. It's very calculated. That's why you've seen those tears.
I
He wants
guess
to
I'm
make
a
people believe
Absolutely.
it.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm a true romantic. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the tears, maybe she's worn off a little on him. I don't know. I'm holding
But
on
see,
for.
there's no way in the world you're gonna tell me, Miss B, that you was true romantic when you wanted to cuss Syngin the hell out, and you was talking about being mean and all of that kind of stuff, and now you gonna sit up here and say I'm a
She's cussing
real
people out.
romantic.
You
You,
see, you're.
you, you got
I,
to keep opportunity out this mofo, damn it. Because if you're
co-
not, I'm gonna call your ass.
See?
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to see if y'all were paying attention.
Paying
You see what I'm
attention.
saying?
Don't
That
even
was
There you
cute.
try.
go. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Don't even try. Okay, so on this particular episode, we saw Natalie get the wind knocked out of her ass. Saw um Michael go to the consulate to find out what the hell was going on
Oh my god.
with the K1 visa process. The bitch was in
Mm-hmm.
there 40 minutes, came out of there and realized, oh hell, this is not going to work. They're not going to give me any information. So then he goes back and he acts like Inspector Gadget and interrogates the hell out the woman till her eyes almost bulging out of her head. Tell me what y'all thought about that particular scene.
Go ahead, Miss Breeze.
I feel like he really is having second thoughts, so he's digging. Because now he's finally realizing she's crazy. I knew she was a little off. I mean, sometimes you can tell by her facial features and her expressions that something just not quite right. I don't think her elevator goes all the way up to the top. I'm telling you, something's not right. So I think when she had that meltdown about you don't believe in God and this, and that, and he was really trying to support her when he went to the church with her. And she just had that whole meltdown. Mom was upset, grasping onto the unicorn. Like, it was a lot. And I was like, well, damn, like, he's trying to work with you. You know what I mean? He's respecting you, your beliefs, and you just going to slam crazy. So I think now he's just realizing maybe this isn't what I'm signing up for. Maybe this is not really what I want. So I think he was digging. And when they wouldn't tell him anything, and they're like, listen, we can't give you any information whatsoever. That's why he was looking at her with the side eye, like, yo, what's going on? Have you applied? Have you been to the US? And I was taken aback because I was like, shouldn't those have been like initial questions before you
Yes.
all are talking about children, so on and so forth? Now you're asking her, have you ever been to the US? By the way, have you ever applied for a visa before? I'm just saying.
I, I would
So
start
what do
with.
you think, Miss B?
I would start with. Can I have your social? And then just go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta
Not
dig.
the
You gotta
romantic.
what?
Not the romantic part.
She's not going to let you off the hook with that one.
I know. I know. Come on, Auntie. Cut me a break. Come on now.
Okay,
No,
all right.
come on now. But no, he's I think it's true. I do agree with Miss Breeze. I think he is realizing that, it's not all about the unicorns.
Mm,
And I have to say, Auntie, I am in love with her mommy. Her mommy's
yeah.
so sweet. She's so sweet. I love her.
Mm, mm.
That's all you had to say? Okay, well, let's move on. So we're
Yeah.
going to move on to the couple of the hour. Okay. And that would be for me. They got their Myrtle
Oh
Mm,
Lord.
mm, mm.
and Annie.
Oh, Father
Okay. I'm
God.
going to let y'all, somebody introduce the segment. What do we see? And then go on. Y'all decide who's going to do it.
Go
Go
ahead, Miss
ahead,
Breeze.
Miss B. You can have it.
Oh my God. What can I tell you? That couple. First of all, I mean, I have so many things to say about that couple. I mean, there's so much meat to bite into. I mean,
Mm.
Don't say
from
anything yet. I need you to introduce. I need you to introduce. So you all going to now
oh
introduce the couple and
my
tell us
phone.
what we saw.
Hello.
Hello? Let me find.
Did she leave
Let me. I think
us?
her phone was dying because
She's
she said, my phone, my
oh.
phone. And then next thing you know, she was gone. So, okay, Breezy, it's on you. Introduce
It's
what we
on me.
saw. Yeah.
Marcel and Annie. We saw them picking up where they left off last time, having a conversation about him telling his family about her children. And he just seems to be crushed because he had foresight and he told her, I knew this was going to happen. But she went out, got all juiced up by the homies, and came back and said, well, you going to do it. You going to tell him. So he did it. And this is the result. So mom comes in with the boys, and, everything's good until she lowers the boom. And I'm so with you in front of the kids. Completely inappropriate. Completely inappropriate. That was a different conversation for a different time. First of all, they should have talked prior to having a conversation with the boys. I think they were just way too involved. And then the way mom jumped in, I felt like maybe you were just a little misinformed because it's my understanding that he knew and she knew, but yet and still they're still here. You know what I mean? And so the whole thing plays out. The older boy, he's not here for it. He could care less. He wanted them to call it quits any doggone way. He just ain't like the Joker. So that's just
Right.
what it was. And so, you know, and I feel like she was kind of pushing the boys, even when he called from the hotel. I really want to see you. I want to touch you. I want to smell your hair. I mean, that was a lot. But she's like, yeah, me and I think she referred to her one son. We're just so sad and we're so heartbroken. And I'm like, look at her manipulating this man. But see, he
Mhm.
did what you asked him to do. He did exactly. But he had already told you this is what's going to happen.
True.
So, yeah, I don't like the way she uses the children when she says, my kids are my everything, my kids are my everything. But it's like she uses them as a pawn. She uses it.
Absolutely.
That's what she was doing in this show. And I was like, you know what? That's really in poor taste. And mom's on the bandwagon. Go ahead, Auntie.
And even when she was at the point, what the hell is that? Let me find out what's going on. Even when she was at the point where she said, "Look at you hurting a little kid."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't cover that last night because it pissed me off so bad that I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
even cover it. A lot of times, when I do it on Sunday nights, I'm really heated from what I've heard, but I still try to use some kind of discretion with what it is that I want to say about it, especially if I happen to call the children's name out. And yesterday I did. But when
Mm-hmm.
he sat there and he was sad, and she said, "Well, look at you, you're hurting a little kid," and all of this kind of bullshit. You hurt him when you brought him in the house. Number one,
Exactly.
you made a decision to bring this man into your household and
Exactly.
not confer, consult, um, ask your children if this was okay. This was just something that you just stepped out the blue to do. Then you
Mm-hmm.
even though they protested, okay,
Right.
they protested about the marriage. You went
Yes.
on anyway, and now that Mercel has pulled the rug from up underneath her feet,
Mm-hmm.
now you want to say, well, Joey didn't want it, and Joey gets his way, and now you're hurting the kids. No, your kids
Mm-hmm.
told you straight up. So you force these children, this man down these children's throat, and now you want to say how much you hate him because I was like, she's really a desperate ass woman, and
Yes.
manipulative because when she kept calling him and texting him, if you don't want to be bothered with him, the fuck you keep calling him for?
Right. And
If
just
you
don't
don't
be
want to talk
bothered.
to me, my ass bitch, don't call.
That's it. And she steady reaching out. She reaching out left and right. And I'm like, well, what the hell?
What
I'm
the hell?
confused. Right.
The hell? I just thought that it was really a like she was really desperate, and it
Mhm.
just backfired. It just did not work out the way that she wanted it to work out. I believe that the two of
Mhm.
them did get married, um, but they are just absolutely not compatible, and
Not at
he's
all.
not compatible with children either. He doesn't fit in. And,
Mm-mm.
a lot of times we make decisions for our children when they're young, but when they get older, damn it, they're going to make decisions for themselves. And it just may not be the decisions that we want them to make. But most of the time, it's going to always be a mirror image of what we were not or what we were. And so
Exactly.
there's a thin line that you have to walk with any type of third party or an additional parent or step parent or whatever
Mhm.
you call it. There is a very thin line in doing that.
Mhm.
So I don't know what happened to Miss B, but the hour is drawing near, and I thank you so much, Breezy. You did a wonderful job.
Well, thank you
I'm
for
glad.
having me, Auntie. Thank you so much.
So, did you like this experience? How do you feel about the experience? I asked everybody how they feel about the experience.
You
It's
know
not
what? It got
easy, is
better. It's not. It was a lot. Like because I was going back and forth. I was going back and forth. I was like, oh God. I went into crisis like 4 times. Like it was a lot, but I'm glad I had the opportunity.
good, good. Would you do it again?
I would do it again. If they'd have me, I'd love to do it again.
Absolutely. And here's the thing about it. I come out here and I review things off of Instagram and off of the television, from soapdirt.com. And people
Mm-hmm.
think that this is easy. This is
Right.
not an easy job. You have to think on very quick on your feet. And I really do appreciate you making
Oh.
the effort. Thank you so much to your family for being willing to sacrifice you for, let me see how long we've been on here, for 37 minutes, because I know that your time with your family is absolutely priceless. So I just
Oh.
want to thank you so much for being willing to do this, and good luck to you. I'm going to be putting a poll out in the next couple of weeks after I finish with the other ones. And then we will let the viewers decide.
Well, all right. Good luck to everybody, and thank you, Auntie.
Love you, sweetie.
Love you back.
Bye bye. So, you all, this was round two of our auditions. We have quite a few other people to go. And I am going to be trying to do this. We are now coming tomorrow's New Year's Eve, so I know I won't be able to do it New Year's Eve, and I won't be doing it New Year's Day. But this is something new, and a lot of times some people have problems with embracing things that are new, and I want your feedback, but I really need it to be constructive. And we all know that Auntie does this by herself. We all know that I am very well capable. But for what I am doing in 2020, I am looking for co-hosts. If you think that is you, if you think that this is something that you would like to do, please send me an email at aunties2cents@gmail.com and let me know why you think that you would be a great co-host on the show with me. We don't necessarily have to do 90 Day Fiance. I got some stuff that's, on my shoulder. Okay, go and brush your shoulder off, Auntie. There's some new things that I am doing, and I am going to be engaging my audience more and more in 2020. So I do thank you all so much. Thank you so much to my moderators who keep the chat safe. Thank you so much to everybody who super chatted. If you super chatted, I didn't see it because I'm doing these auditions. So I really do appreciate you all being willing to do this. The next one will be done Gosh, I'm hoping we can get it scheduled by the end of the week. And we also had some special guests who are saying, Auntie, look, damn it, I'm the one. I'm the one that can go out there. And these are some faces and some names that you all are familiar with. So buckle up, get ready. And thank you so much for your constructive feedback today. Love you all so much. God bless you. Bye, y'all. Mwah! Love y'all. Yes.